All right, welcome to the very first edition of the Measuring Post, the video format. Obviously, last year we did a lot of audio shows, but wanted to take it to the next level. And today I'm bringing on somebody who I've known for well over 25 years.
Long time.
A very, very dear friend of mine, somebody that's going through some tough things in life right now we're going to get to in a little bit. But first and foremost, welcome again to the Measuring Post. And please welcome my main man, Mario Lane.
Yes, sir. Ooh,
now,
yeah.
A lot of the new people and new acquaintances might know him as Dre Lane, but
yes,
when I grew up with him, he was Mario.
Mario.
So that's right. No plumbing experience needed.
Yeah.
So we're filming here in Aurora, Colorado, and he is the first interview on the video podcast format.
Glad to be here, Joe.
Yeah, welcome.
Solid brother. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? Always have been. If you guys catch me hiccuping from time to time, don't be alarmed. You know what I'm saying? His muffins he brought over so graciously. Before I came here, I ate some mistakenly, and you know, so the way the carbs are working right now, they're kind of they're bubbling up. So
these are real muffins.
These are
no slang talk.
These are real muffins. Like I've never seen muffins like these in my life, and by far the best pizza I've ever had in my life. Oh my.
I didn't make it.
Joe,
I just brought it over.
But you knew where to go.
I knew where to go.
And, bro, and that's all you need to know. I thank you. Me and my family appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. We love your family. We love you. And we got a lot of history, man.
Yeah.
We go back. I met Mario when I was in 6th grade. You were in 8th grade because he was in my cousin's grade, and I was the young buck, and you guys were the old heads at the middle school.
They call him Pretty Boy Joe. You know what I'm saying?
They used to.
He's still handsome. He's still handsome though. You can't lie. Don't lie.
Come on, camera.
But I don't get my good features too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, met you back in long time ago when we were just little guys trying to figure it out.
Mid-90s, man.
Mid-90s, big cowboy era.
Oh yeah, honey, still
big cowboy era.
That's back when
Let's
you
bring
guys
back to 95.
peaked, I would say.
Peaked and then popped.
If anything, he's loyal. He's a loyal cowboy fan, and you know that takes a lot of guts in itself. Right
gotta be. But yeah, I met you back in middle school. Ran with a nice group, you know what I'm saying, of kids that were rambunctious. You know what I'm saying. We was a little wild, but you know, all good friends. Keith, you know what I'm saying, Richards, God rest his soul. Chris Martin, TJ, all them guys. So yeah, we had a you know what I'm saying, tight little bond. You know what I'm saying, for the gig. There was never ever any beef between us. You know what I'm saying.
I don't think me and you ever butted heads the entire existence, which is weird because we both got pretty big personalities.
Absolutely,
and we're both very competitive. And honestly, that was one of the nice things reconnecting with you as we became adults and both parents is when we ran into that Aurora Mall Fair and I was with Luke.
Yeah.
And you were just getting ready to coach the Spartans, and you're like, that boy big.
That boy big.
We need him.
Big. Gotta have. And that was I loved coaching Luke, man. Luke, he was one of my favorite players. He's always a go-getter. One of those kids that are willing to go out and go after what he wants. And that obviously comes from that apple falling from that tree that's rooted. You know what I'm saying? But you and Mana have done for the kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I appreciate that. And we said the same about you, man. You're such a dedicated father, and you know, getting to coach with you, even though we were 0-8. It was a rough season for the Spartans.
It was a bad season.
3rd grade Spartans. They've
recovered since then.
They've recovered.
Let me tell you about that season though. It was so tough because that was my last season coaching, and the reason why it was my last, the year before that, and probably a year and a half before that, because we did the spring league after the first fall league. We went pretty much undefeated, lost a game right before the playoffs, and then lost in the semifinals. Botched play under the center, fumble on the 1-yard line. We lose right there. One play. It hurts. Played spring league, went out there, vicious league, different. The rules are completely different. You know what I'm saying? The refs are very loose, and they had a rough outing on that. I kind of put a lot of bad taste in a lot of parents' mouth. So they literally picked up and left, you know, the squad, like everybody. There was this guy recruiting, and you know what I'm saying, they were doing some stuff, you know, behind the back and stuff. It's football. It is what it is. Try not to take this stuff too serious. But once that happened, I asked Junior, you know what I'm saying, Deuce, shout out to you, son. Shout out to you, son. How to get a clear one for you, not the hiccup one.
We'll edit that one out. Oh, stop.
But I asked him, I was like, yo, do you want to continue with the Spartans? What do you want to do? He's like, let's go one more season. We're not going out like that. You know what I'm saying? And I respect that for him. You know what I mean? And that's the only reason why I came back that additional year, but it made it that much more worthwhile, you know, once Luke came on and you guys came on to the team. So that made, even though it was an 0-8 season, I was able to, you know what I'm saying, like say, rekindle and re-know the new Joe, the grown man business Joe.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, you can get Grown Man Business apparel online. I'll put a link somewhere around this video. Make sure you check that out also. Any support is much needed. We'll get into that a little bit later.
Absolutely.
But it was cool getting to coach with you, even though the season was rough. But that was Luke's first year playing football, and now he's a senior in high school. So third grade, and now he's played every year. And you know, Deuce, who is a junior. You know, so these boys are now playing high school football together, and it's so beautiful, man, because it reminds me of Lil Dre and Lil Joe. You know, like they met when they were that age, and we went to high school together, and we played ball together, and now we're raising kids together, and it's such a beautiful experience to see the growth of not only us as individuals, but our families have grown, and to watch these young men now grow. And you got two other ones, you know, Marquise.
Yeah, Marquise.
Is he
Lang.
7th grade now?
He's the 7th grade,
and Mariah.
And Mariah,
the
baby girl.
We both got baby girls. I got a Maya, you got a Mariah.
And guess what? We would light the city on fire if you mess with any of our ayahs.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt about that. And you know what? It's a completely different game raising a daughter.
Oh man, it is. Technique got to be on top tier. You always got to be on your toes.
Oh yeah.
They'll pull those heartstrings.
Oh yeah. My wife always laughing at me. She's like, "Oh, that girl's got you wrapped around the finger."
I try to play the bad guy, like, you know what I'm saying, the villain. I don't hold it for very long, but I try. I really do. But she finds a way to maneuver it, kind of just wither into that little soft spot where I'm like maybe every now and then I'm like, all right, where it would be a hard no.
Yeah. Maybe you do need another dessert. Damn, no.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So it's it's the variables a lot different. Even with Keith, like dealing with him, I deal with Junior with sports and things like that. I had to take a different approach because you can force your kids to do something and do more damage than you're doing good. So I had to really fine tune my how I maneuver, how I deal with him on situations, whether that's school or that's sports or that's life or religion or whatever it may be. He's an R&B he's a second child, he's middle child. Middle childs are normally the babies.
Oh yeah.
They're a little bit, but he's a strong kid, great kids, man. I'm a lucky man. I'm a lucky man. I'm blessed.
And Keith's got some talent. He's got some tunes out. He works with some young artists, and he's out there making waves in the music industry.
Yes, sir.
Following Daddy's footsteps. Mario has had quite a career in the music industry as well. I'm gonna call him Mario.
I know he is.
I
know he was going to too.
I keep trying to say Dre, but I'm like, it's Mario.
It's not even gonna roll. It's not, it doesn't roll.
In my phone, it's Mario.
Now my middle name is Andreas, so that's why.
Yes,
I just want to make sure, because some people just make up mystical names. Hey, today I'll be Rabbit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know about that one.
Unless you're Eminem, you can't be Rabbit.
I mean, yeah, if you're 8 Mile, maybe.
If you're 8 Mile, maybe.
Yeah, but not Aurora.
They make these mystical little pump, little baby. Or I'm not knocking on, but your name's your name. I'm just saying, for instance, how long can you be little for?
That's a whole nother show, though.
Yes, it is.
We can talk about the little Yachty.
The little
guys.
God.
Yeah, well, hey, they're making more money than I'm making, so I can't be hating too bad.
Yeah, they say, hey, but guess what? Tap in, share, guys. If you guys get this video, we just chat. We just have a conversation here.
And part of the nice thing about watching each other grow up is not only the kids and reminiscing about what we did, but one thing I've always really respected about you and admired, and I know a lot of people in our circles do, it's the hustle, man.
Yep.
You grind, bro.
Yep.
Every day I get a video from Dre Lane and it starts, oh yeah. And I'm not doing it justice.
That was pretty good, though.
Pretty good, right?
That was pretty good.
Practicing all day.
I had a smile real big.
Yeah.
I was like, boy, hit that.
And it's Motivation Mondays or Thoughtful Thursdays or Go Get It, whatever.
Why not Wednesdays?
Why not Wednesdays?
Finish Strong Fridays.
Yeah, and I love those little bits of inspiration, but also we see you in your hustle, like whether you're out there filling vending machines or you're out there picking up cars that you're renting out or doing whatever you got to do to put bread on your table for your family.
Yes, sir.
Like, that's a really cool thing to witness, and I think you've instilled a lot of that in your kids. Like even when I see you, the videos waking Keith or Junior up at 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
Get up! Time to go! Time to go! We got to go to work. We got to go to sports. We got to go to workout. Whatever it is.
Yep.
Those are things that those guys are going to remember forever.
Yep.
And I just want you to know we truly appreciate watching.
I appreciate you.
I think it's beautiful.
That,
so, what are some things that you hope that your kids take from that?
Just the undeniable ability to remain comfortable in your own skin, for one. Treat people right. all the time. I know it's physically impossible. Everybody has a bad day. It is what it is. Nobody's here to be perfect, but treat your family right, treat people right, do right by people. And as you can see now, how the network and like all the support I've been receiving is a headstone. I hate to use that word, but it's a headstone of saying what I've done. You know what I'm saying? And the ground I've laid for my character over the year, though not perfect by any mean. Everybody has blemishes on the record, but it shows that, you know, I remain solid. You know what I'm saying? And for that, and to get the type of response that I've gotten back as far as all the support and the love, that's a true indication of a person's, you know, character.
Yeah. Yeah, and that kind of segues into the original point of bringing you on today.
Yep.
You talk about your network, you know, being there and really being responsive and trying to help out. So recently, you've come into some health issues that you're tackling head on the way that only you can. So I'll let you explain what that is.
So first of all, it's kick-ass mode. Cancer kick-ass mode. We're gonna get some shirts made up. Ooh yeah on the front and on the back. Kicking cancer's ass. But I just made that up right now. But
we can make
them though. But yeah, I've been battling this for about a little over, almost 2 years now. A little over a year and a half. And was diagnosed at 39 with bladder cancer and prostate cancer. And I've had 3 surgeries over that a lot of time. I've went through 2 BCG treatments that's supposed to eliminate any cancer cells in your bladder and your prostate or whatnot. After the last surgery, which was December of this last year, was the last surgery. Had my last treatment, was wrapped up right around about May, June, and then they needed to go in and do a scope where they go on you and see how things are looking. So I go to that appointment, but let me take it back. Before I go to that appointment, 2 weeks prior before that appointment, I finally just went to the doctor, and my wife had to convince me. I was excruciating pain in my lower back because I do have like arthritis just from wear and tear over the years from all the sports and things that I've been involved in. But I went in there for that specifically. And this doctor, thank God he caught it when he did, because it probably wouldn't have got on notice from my urologist, you know, and that's a big indicator of, you know what I'm saying, just being responsible for somebody's health records.
Yeah.
So the guy, he refers me to get an MRI. I'm not even thinking about, I'm feeling good. You know, me and my family just got baptized probably about 3 weeks before that. In my mind, I feel like I'm good. Things are going to be good. Outcome's going to be done. You know what I'm saying? Just got to do these precautions and change diet and just keep living life. So we get the results back for the MRI. And I was just finishing recording a new song that this guy, Al Sherman, big shout out to you, he used to work with Motown. He gave me a great opportunity to take over this song for artists that couldn't handle the business. He's paying for all the marketing, investing, something I've been waiting for my whole life, for somebody to come in and be like, I see the value in you, let's put 20, 50, 75 plus thousand into you. Let's do this song, song is called Undeniable, still be coming out soon. But I just got done recording that track, and the doctor called and gave me the update that through that MRI he has found with my cancer diagnosis that it has spread to my lymph nodes, which once it gets in your lymph nodes, it's a whole new ball game. That's the reason why I moved from the urologist to the oncologist. And the fact of having the air sucked out of you like that, when you feel like, you know, and I know I've been doing a lot of the things right that I'm supposed to be doing, yeah, it takes the life out of you. You know what I'm saying? It really adds a different perspective to what you're doing now, what you've done in your past, and what you got to plan for the future. And so that one was tough to kind of battle. You know, within the last 3 months before that visit, they took me from stage 1 to stage 4 in a matter of 3 months. That's how fast and how aggressive this cancer is. So now, you know, I'm faced with, you know, the decisions. Obviously, they want to also, once they get done with all these treatments and whatnot, remove my bladder and my prostate, which kind of started pre-planning for that, and get the neo bladder, where they rebuild the bladder out of your small intestines, and then they want to take the prostate out as well. That's what they're saying on paper. But what I'm saying here, and what I feel, you know what I'm saying, from God, this is a course redirection for me. So I fully believe, Joe, that, you know, going through these treatments, which 2 days ago, Wednesday was my first chemo treatment. It was 6.5 hours. They're giving me 3 different types of chemotherapy at the same time. Cisplatin, gemcitabine, and then the amino therapy. So these are pretty hardcore, you know what I'm saying, things. And obviously alopecia, all this hair will be, this beautiful beard will be gone.
That's a good beard.
The eyebrows gone, and then it'd be the black mannequin. But, you know what I'm saying, that's just kind of the way that I deal with the situation, because if you give too much seriousness into it, you'll dwell in it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you got to be able to turn cancer into courage into laughter. And yeah, we are where we are now, man. 2 days after my first chemo therapy session, and then got another one next Wednesday, and I'll be going through that for the next till December, and then the last one, immunotherapy, I'll have that for the remainder the following 2025 as well. Okay. So I have a port that they installed, so that's pretty interesting by itself. I should give you a little glimpse so I can see it. Yeah, kind of like something that like Jigsaw put in you, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, like you gotta find a test.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like going through the trenches of the emotions is very interesting, but at the same time, the amount of support that I have, that really motivates me to continue to push forward and do what I have to do. Got a lot of support, man, so I can't thank y'all enough, man.
Yeah, no, I think what you said, one of the things you just said, I think is really important to focus on, and it's the keeping the positivity. Like, obviously, that's not positive news. No. Nothing about that is what you would ever want to hear.
Yep.
I wouldn't wish it on one of my worst enemies. You don't ever want the C word, and you don't want the number 4 attached to that C word ever.
Never.
Right?
Yep.
But the way that you've tackled this head on so far, and even after it's been 48 hours since you just had chemo.
Yeah.
Chemo doesn't just kill cancer cells, it kills all cells.
Facts.
But it can't kill that smile, man.
Yeah, man.
And I think that's something that's a lesson in itself, you know, just to see, like, look, I'm going through some of the toughest shit out there you could go through.
Yep.
And I'm going to go with a smile, because I can choose to do
Absolutely.
that, right?
Most definitely.
You know, the Stoic philosophy of life, you know, the old Greek and Roman guys, the Stoics. Yep. You can't control anything in life, really, except for your reaction to it.
Yep, exactly.
And I love the way that you're reacting to this. Obviously, it's terrible news.
Yep.
But you're a fighter, bro, and you've been a fighter your whole life. And this is just one more opponent in a ring that you get to fight against.
Another battle.
Another battle. And you know what? If anyone comes out of this, man, I got to believe it's you, brother. Man, I really do.
That.
I think that you, first of all, you know, your faith in God, your support system, but just your mental toughness and your positivity. I mean, you know, they say stress kills. It does, man.
Oh, it does.
Like, if you're negative here and negative here,
you're shut down.
The rest of you breaks, bro. So
exactly.
if you keep those lights on, you know, and your positivity and your hopefulness in this, who's to say stage 4, stage gone? Yeah.
Some of that.
That's that.
Ooh, Mario, yeah, like that right there, Joe. and you're right about that, man.
It's true.
It's gonna go from four to no. You know what I'm saying? Gone.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said, the support is everything, and like taking a leap of faith and like just presenting my story to the world and being vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? That was something I really wrestled with, like with these papers, like tremendously to the core. Because I'm a very prideful person. I pride myself on being a go-getter. Go out there, be your best, be an asset to society, and take care of your family. You know what I mean? And going through a situation like this, you know what I'm saying? You got one or two, you got a few options actually. But the only 2 options that are gonna work in cadence with me progressively still moving my family forward while we're going through this situation and not capsizing the boat is just to have a positive attitude, continue to show up, and just do what I can do, whatever that is that day. I know it's going to get worse as it gets to like the 3rd or 4th cycle. So I'm a very strong-willed person, so I'm not listening to what they're saying, but I hear them. But you got to really be careful with that, because what is constantly preached to you, that's what your body will try to adapt to. Then once it gets into your subconscious, then that's when people start to tend to break or want to give up. And that's not going to happen here, because I got too many supportive people around me. So if I ever have that moment of weakness, because I do, I have my moments where it's tough, but I don't have days, you know what I'm saying, or weeks where I'm just stuck in this mental avenue of just dwelling on it, you know what I mean, because it's not going to do anything for it. So just going to keep it pushing, man. Ooh, yeah.
So that's a good version of it. I'll work on it. But no, I think you're right. And you know, one thing you just said too that I like is, you know, you're prideful and it's all about being an asset to society and your family. But you've done that. You know, you've been doing that since day one, from everything I can tell. So this is an important lesson too for young men, especially who have that chip on their shoulder and that sense of pride that sometimes even the toughest of us all and the kings of us all, it's okay to need something. It's okay to be vulnerable in a moment, and it's okay to reach out and say to your network, I'm okay not being okay right now.
Yep.
But I'm going to get up, but I just need you to know that this is happening. What can we do? How can we come together and collaborate and build from this?
And it's a community aspect.
It has to be, man. It takes a village,
right? It
right?
really does. I mean,
and that goes for raising kids, but it goes for,
grown up a life.
My license might say I'm 40, but my brain don't. I still feel like I'm 13.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
At times.
So it's like, we grow, but are we growing here? Are we growing maturity wise?
Yep.
And that's something that part of falling down and exposing your vulnerability is growing.
Yep.
It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to show that you're vulnerable.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
And that all starts from
self-development. So with self-development, this is where it really derives from, right, Joe? So you got to really take a good look at yourself and really analyze what's going on with where you're presently at in your life and where you could change your trajectory and get better. The only unfortunate thing that a lot of people don't see within that is that you're going to have peaks and valleys throughout that process of developing your mind, your body, and your soul. So it really becomes a fickle game of cat and mouse with drama, life, love, vibes, and it's a constant tug of war with all these different emotions that you have in your body. And anytime that you're trying to grow, there's always going to be something trying to counteract that, to try to bring you back down or keep you, docile to where you don't reach your full potential. So you got to really understand the mental aspect of living is the most crucial. Because if you have the tools up here, that will usually transcend to the rest of your body, and it will heal you. It will actually help heal you if you're thinking the right things and your aura is within range of tranquility of change. That's a lot of times when people go into change, they're halfway in. They're halfway, 3/4 in. They got a pinky toe in. You have to be rooted and intentional. You know what I'm saying, with your personal growth. And like I said, that's mental health, physically, financially, friendship wise, everything. All these aspects in your life, you have to really, like I said, go through with a fine tooth comb and really find what the it is that makes you tick.
Yeah, I think you said the right word, intentionally.
Yep.
You have to live with intention and purpose and reason.
Absolutely.
Whether that's friendship, business, fatherhood, motherhood, just being the best chess player in the world. It doesn't matter what you're doing.
Yep.
You gotta go in with intention that I'm not gonna fail. I'm gonna be the best. I'm gonna give it my best.
Yep.
I'm gonna 100% dedicate myself to this mission.
Yep.
Right?
100,000%.
So I think that's a great message to leave, not only for friends and family, but like for your kids, man.
Yeah.
And I think that, they've been blessed to have such a strong role model as a father.
I appreciate that.
And, it shows because of their successes and what they're doing now and just watching them grow. But, now that we kind of understand what you're dealing with,
Yep.
like, what are some words that you would like to leave for your kids and your wife and your family?
Yeah, thank you for that segue, Joe. I'll start from the top with Mario Jr., Deuce Deuce. Son, go after everything that you want in life. Don't wait. Don't expect for somebody to give you no handouts. And I'm just saying you don't do those things, but I'm just reminding you. Continue to err on the side of caution to know what's right and what's wrong. Stay on the unbeaten path where everybody else is going this way. Be the leader. You know what I'm saying? Never be the follower, even though it feels lonely in that lane, because usually if your trajectory is changing at any point, those that don't have the same goals and aspirations as you, they will fall off, and they should fall off because you're allowing yourself to relieve yourself of anybody that can, crab in the buckets, pull you back down. So you always hang around quality people. I love your spirit. I love your grind. I love the way you approach your business with scholastics and with sports. And I can only commend you, and I appreciate you. And I know you're probably going through it just like, and in a nutshell, you know what I'm saying? I know you're hurting as well too, but I want you to know everything is going to be okay. And Daddy's always going to be here no matter what. You know what I mean? Here and in here. Keith Lane, baby boy, Marquise, you are my mini me. You are exactly like me, just light skinned. Irritate me to the core, but I love you nonetheless every day. You remind me of a young Jim Carrey, just very eccentric and funny and kind and thoughtfulness. Things you do around the house to help your mom and help your sister and your brother, man. It's phenomenal to watch, man. So just understand, just whether it's school, whatever it is, school's important. I don't care what you say. You got to know the fundamentals. So do your best at all times, you know what I'm saying, to be able to really change the narrative of where you are now and create a new future for yourself as far as building those healthy habits for learning. Don't be scared, son. Be brave, because daddy is. To my daughter, Mariah Dre Lane, you are beautiful. You are smart, caring, sweet, courageous. The way you just take over the house and just wrap everybody around, not just me, the whole circus just wrapped up in a ball, you know what I'm saying? And I truly love your grit, your grind, your fearlessness. I love it all about you. You're an amazing, amazing human being. And don't ever, ever let anybody tell you any different. Same thing, watch over your brother and your brother and your mom, and always hold it down, you know what I'm saying, for yourself as well too. You remember to leave something for yourself at the end of the day. You know what I mean? You can't fill somebody else's cup if you don't have your cup, you know what I'm saying, to be able to pour some in. So you want to leave a reservoir. To my wife, my best freaking friend, my BFF, I can't explain to you the trials and tribulations that we've gone throughout just our relationship, and then getting smacked dead in between the eyes with this. None of this was planned, but you have never wavered, never wanted to leave. If anything, it's brought us closer together. And that's rare to find in a beautiful, you know, specimen like yourself. Because you're beautiful on the outside, the inside, you're smart, you're a hard worker, you're nurturing, caring. Everything that's good about you, you know what I'm saying, is words that are in the thesaurus that I need extra help with right now. But you're all those things, and I love the way you take care of me. I love the way you take care of the family and hold us down and keep us glued together. You are the glue, and I appreciate you so much. I love you. My mom, I love you. You always say, son, mama didn't raise no punk. And that's facts. You didn't. You've always instilled that hardness in me and my happiness, and you've added a lot of great characteristics to me, and you always keep me in check, and you're never afraid to say so. You're not passive aggressive about it at all, but still your caring and your nurturing is unmatched, and I can't thank you enough. I love you dearly, and I'm going to be here, you know what I'm saying, for times to come, because we still got things to do, and I love you for everything that you've ever done for me or the family, and I just thank you for always being there. My sister, love you for, you know what I'm saying, your support that you give it. We're proud of you and your businesses that you're doing. Girl, do your thing, grown woman business. I love everybody, man. It's going to be hard to fit everybody, but I want to combine just all the support, all the love that I received from Joe, all the friends, extended friends and family, my interior family, and just I can't thank y'all enough, man. This experience has been mind-blowing, and it really gives me the fuel that I need to beat this, you know what I'm saying, deadly disease. So I really thank you guys from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah, it's beautiful. We are also accepting donations, yes, for the family and for Dre. I will put links up around the video somewhere to Venmo, yep, to PayPal, Zelle, or a Cash App, whatever you got. Yep. So we'll get all that up there. If it's in your ability and in your heart to donate, certainly very much appreciated. Very much. Prayer is also widely accepted and very appreciated. Mm-hmm. And just having this conversation and understanding really how fragile it all is. Yep. This wants me to encourage you guys watching this, that I'm sure that you have someone in your phone that you haven't talked to in a while, a family member that you have not been communicating with, or mm-hmm, maybe somebody going through something you don't even know about yet because there's just been that lapse of communication. Like, yep, reach out to somebody. Make it a habit. I know I need to be better at it, but pick up your phone, call someone you haven't talked to in a while that means something to you, and just let them know that you're still here and that you love them, right? Yep, absolutely. And I think that's the best thing we can take out of this conversation, is that let's not wait for a community member to fall down before we become a community. Yep. Let's be there for each other every day and every chance we get, and celebrate our victories together, and pick each other up when we're on one knee. You know, it's a team effort. And the love is got to be there, and it's a two-way street. So absolutely, reciprocated love, nothing better than that. Love unselfishly. You know what I'm saying? That's just pretty much the easiest way to think about it. It doesn't take a lot to be kind. It takes more energy to be angry. You know what I'm saying? And hold grudges.
that would deteriorate you more than anything. So just if anything you've taken from this great interview with my bro Joe, is that just in life, go with the flow, and the flow of floetry, like Bruce Lee would say, float like water, my friend.
He did say that.
He did.
Well, I want to thank you guys for tuning into the Measuring Post. I want to thank you.
Thank you for having me, Joe.
Yeah, and
Appreciate
thank you, brother, for sharing. This is a very
my guy.
This is a very tough topic to talk about. You know,
It
and
is.
you handle it with such grace, and
Thank you.
we can all learn from your strength. And now, like I say, we're going to put on our battle armor and go to war.
Hey,
Let's go! Let's go.
that's sir.
Send us off with a
Ooh yeah,
he,
and a yee.
he already knew what I wanted.
My guy.